So my book Scavenger, that's is pretty near and dear to my heart. No pun intended. Is about when I had a heart attack at the age of 37. I'm 39 now, despite my gray hair. Yeah, at the age of 37, I had a heart attack, which I'm kind of an outlier, an anomaly amongst the heart attack survivors, especially for one to be in their 30s and to live the lifestyle that I had, where I was extremely healthy, exercise, just doing things right. But it can't happen, and it happened to me. And that's what this book is about. It talks about the one day I had that heart attack, all the signs and symptoms leading up to it that I completely ignored. Then it talks about my recovery process, and that's really what this book is about, is sharing with you that process. What I did was I took the lifestyle that I had from my past, I scavenged those ideas, those concepts, that way of life, and I applied it to my recovery moving forward. Because it wasn't wrong. There was nothing ill about it. It was perfectly fine, but I didn't want to give up on it. So I scavenged those ideas and I modified them a bit moving forward. And I scavenged ideas from different people and places and different concepts and applied them moving forward. And I've captured all of those into this book and ultimately to share with you. What caused this heart attack was genetics. It's as simple as that. I didn't really indulge in a lot of the craziness in life. Sure, I had a beer here and there, but there was nothing so extensive that it was debilitating on my physical body. I wasn't overweight. I routinely exercised. I was very, very active. I ate wild. I lived wild. It was just genetics. That's all it was. It was something that was internal, and it decided to take a punch at me one day, death that is, and I overcame it. One thing that was extremely important to me, and I'm not one to get too emotional at times. Sure, I'll shed a tear, but one of the things that my wife expressed to me right off the bat was, Donny, you need to find your tribe. I know we've all heard that term before, but for me, it really was something real, because prior to my heart attack, I was never on any aspect of social media. I would have sat in front of a camera like this and shared any of my feelings with anybody. I would never have done it. But she really said, there's a lot of people out there that, one, you can connect with, two, would love to learn from you, and three, that maybe you might be able to save and impact them from, educating them on cardiovascular disease and just heart-related issues. And for me, finding that tribe was really going through social media, whether it was Facebook or Instagrams or YouTube, whatever. That was my method to finding my tribe. My tribe is all of you watching right now that are taking a second to watch this video and say, huh, that guy had a heart attack at 37 years old. That's pretty crazy. Well, you were part of my recovery in that process. So I appreciate each and every single one of you. And just, the conversations we've had, whether they've been through, different messengers or over the phone or through email or through text, being able to share stuff and being able to learn from people, you all, has been very important to me, because, prior to my heart attack, I never would have done it. Sure, I was, teaching folks and, kind of earth roaming throughout the mountains, still doing what I was doing, but I was never really giving it to the world. So that was a very important part of my process, was making sure that I could, find my tribe, learn from my tribe, have them learn from me, and just, just be part of a group, be part of a community. And so that's all of you, and I greatly appreciate that. I want you all to know that you are part of my tribe, and I mean that sincerely. And that's people from, Big Sur, California, all the way to Australia, to Canada, to the Carolinas, to Georgia, to Texas, to you name it. Everywhere I go, I come across people that are part of my tribe. And if I didn't say where you're from, just know you are still part of my tribe. And I greatly, greatly appreciate each and every single one of you for all you've done to me in my recovery. And my hat goes off to you. So thanks. So you can find Scavenger on my website. You can go to paleotracksurvival.com. You can buy it there. You can also buy it on Amazon. You can get it in the ebook form or the paperback form. But aside from just buying it, if you do, it's great. I hope you enjoy it. It's definitely life-changing. But maybe it's not for you, but maybe it could be for somebody else that you know. Somebody else that's maybe going down that pathway of just kind of living that unhealthy lifestyle. Maybe this book, maybe my example, could be an example to them to say, hey, you know what? If it can happen to this 37-year-old guy who lives in a cave, eats wild foods, drinks from streams, and is routinely, pretty physical, it can happen to you. And maybe this can be the wake-up call for them. Maybe I can be that example for them, maybe even for you. So go out, get checked, reach out to your primary care doctors, even a cardiologist, and say, hey, I want a good full workup in this 2019. Make sure that I'm heart healthy, because what I had was a hidden killer. I didn't know about it, and it almost took my life that day. And I don't want that to happen to anybody else. You're all part of my tribe. I don't want to see any of my tribe mates, my tribe members, who I hold near and dear to my heart. I don't want to see you go through the same things that I went through. So if anything, learn from me. Let me be your example that if it can happen to me, it can definitely happen to you, or maybe somebody else that you love or somebody else that you know. So please go out, get this book, read it, live it, love it. This book will definitely allow you to live a more mentally, physically, and emotionally and primally, intact lifestyle. And I think you'll all enjoy it. So again, thanks for sticking with me. Enjoy your 2019, and we'll see you in the bush.